We're back.
It's back, and why is it?
Because it's 50. We got thunder sticks. That's how we celebrate 50.
Where'd you get them thunder sticks there,
Oh,
Mr.
we'll talk about
Herbie?
but these are only heroes of the dorm. Thunder sticks.
It happened. It's true. Welcome to our 50th episode. Today is, of course, Thursday, May 17th, 2018. We are both live and interactive here on Mixstar.
And what is FTL?
Well, I'll tell you something. It means faster than light.
Wow. Which means you can interact with us almost instantly.
Almost.
Within milliseconds.
Sub-second.
There's a dev in the room, so if I said instantly, he may punch me.
Yeah.
So I have to account for some possible small amount of latency.
Small amount of latency that comes when
it's near instantaneous. Okay, but I'll tell you what, on top of FTL, the esports world is constantly changing and busier than ever since this show is for you. You get to decide what we talk about and cover and hype. And how do we do that? Well, you simply check out those voting options, which you'll see below the video window.
It's true. That's right, is what it says for me to say. We may be up on the desk, but this is your show. We'll have trivia, more videos to highlight, more interviews with people in the scene, and much more. We should just have that be just more.
So be sure to get in your selection if you want to hear the latest from your favorite esports or our favorite esports. But before we get into this, it's time to get into our top segment for this week, which is Breaking News. So what is Breaking News?
I'll tell you, as you might imagine, if you've ever turned on to television and watched any sort of news program whatsoever, it's where we bubble up news and stories that recently came out, and by recent we mean usually today, or within hours, which this is, that we think they're just too juicy to leave up to a vote. We're force-feeding it to you, and that's okay. I bet you're gonna like it.
Yep. So we're gonna talk about this. So hey, what is breaking news? Let me just break it down. Very simply, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was just announced. We knew it was coming. They just did a community announce for it. But the most interesting thing was the announce of Blackout. Now, you might ask, hey, with Call of Duty World League, why would we care about Blackout? Well, I'll tell you why. This is now the first established esport brand with Call of Duty to actually have a Battle Royale mode. They're changing it up quite a bit with this. Now, they haven't announced anything like how many players yet or how the actual Battle Royale mechanics are going to matter, but I know I think we're running a trailer right now to kind of give you some ideas of what this is. But the thing that's interesting is it showed toys with remote vehicles. It showed a fight in a skyscraper, which is like a 30-story tall building.
Yes, that was I remember which Black Ops was that?
So there's been quite a few of them. So they've done it for campaigns. But the thing that was super interesting is they said that this map is 1,300 times the size of Nuketown, which is one of their maps.
Yeah, and a mainstay of all the Call of Duty franchises.
And the thing that they said was super interesting is they're going to take kind of their favorite of the maps in multiplayer, mesh them all together into one giant playground. And the thing that was also so insane was they talked about adding air. So you actually have helicopters and zombie characters. So
now that's not something, if you talk about, we're talking about the battle royales of right now, right? We've got Fortnite, we've got PUBG, those are the two big ones. H1Z1.
Yeah, it is a battle royale.
It's fine. But you talk about those two, and if there's something that they are missing, it's that extra element of up, down, right, left, in the air.
Verticality. So 30-story building and helicopters. Now, the thing that's super crazy about this is that PUBG's Global Invitational's in July, so the end of July in Berlin, and then 2 months later, on October 13th, Call of Duty releases Blackout. So will this become a part of Call of Duty World?
I mean, they're obviously, as you mentioned, they are no stranger to esports. They are definitely one of those franchises that has been an esports mainstay especially on the console. There's not that many console esports specifically, right? And this is one of them. I mean, this is just the way that they've already got Call of Duty World League down. They've got the Pro League. This is going to be interesting. Yeah,
so we'll see. I mean, I know World League is sponsored by Sony, so this could be a big thing for Sony because Sony's been trying to make a splash within the esports scene. I mean, Xbox is us. We've had some really, really well-established brands with 2 announces today. We can't say anything more, but point being is that the thing is that this is an opportunity for them to do something big and maybe have a possible competitor against PUBG. So I felt
Fortnite,
that was
or I guess, but Fortnite's not real. Fortnite's not an esport.
Not yet. So there hasn't been any.
But PUBG has definitely got the structure to make
with
this
the Global Invitational. So it'll be interesting to see how those live events happen. I mean, we've kind of seen it with streaming with PUBG already, but I think this could be a game changer. So something to definitely pay attention to. So for you esport fans out here, we're seeing a little bit of a shift here. Let's do our shift animation. shift. We're doing a little bit of shift, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of comes out of this. So we'll thunderstick that.
Yay!
Breaking news out of there.
Very exciting.
There you go.
Indeed.
Okay, so it's voting.
Voting. Let's talk about what you want to talk about. And the best way to figure out what that is your votes, which you'll see down below. You've got Heroes of the Storm, Canada Cup 2018, Overwatch Contenders, or as I like to call them AAA for the Overwatch League, and NBA 2K. Absolutely.
So what are they voting? Let's see what we got here. We got okay, so it looks like Overwatch
Contenders,
Heroes of the Dorm, which I have a special place in my heart because I was just there last weekend.
And some really good stuff to follow. I mean, that's you're one of those people that if you ever are curious about some of the esports scene, you just on the ground kind of stuff, follow Robey because he is usually there. Yep. So, well, I mean, I don't know what to say, but I think we're talking about Overwatch. Overwatch Contenders. Okay, so why don't you take this because I know how much you love Overwatch. I can't help it. I mean, it's just okay. I'll tell you. But we'll sneak in a little Overwatch League as well. Just a little bit at the end. I mean, listen, we're not heartless. We're not heartless. No, we're going to talk about it. Here we go. So. We've all heard of the Overwatch League, but like so many esports before it, Overwatch also has a Contenders League aptly named Overwatch Contenders. Now, Overwatch Contenders function a lot like, as I mentioned before, AAA teams in baseball, or farm teams. Yep. I guess it depends on where you are on that one. Not quite the Matrix, but still being paid to play ball, and perhaps more importantly, a direct line to the big show. So this weekend saw the Overwatch Contenders Europe and North American playoffs end with a bang in Poland, and you'll see what I mean literally, as top teams vied for the chance to take home the championship on their path to the pros. Now, North America was dominated by Fusion University, also known as FU, but that's not allowed to be said anymore. No. So anyway, and it's all its star DPS players, Who Are You, who skated their way through the competition with wins over Mayhem Academy and Optic Academy, en route to the championship bout against North America's other powerhouse academy squad, Toronto Esports, taking down all but one map and finding their way to the top of the North American heap, taking the title and a hefty $40,000 prize pool. Not bad for AAA. Considering it's an Academy League. Come on, that works. Yeah, take that FU. It's true. Now then it was on to EU, where the stories seem to be all about the old versus the new, with Contenders EU Season 1 champs team Giganti. It's Giganti, Kate. I knew this was going to be a thing. Now, they attempted to defend their title against the British Hurricane, obviously London Spitfires farm team there. Which I don't know if you know this, but Hurricanes and Spitfires are both planes that played in the Battle of Britain. So the Hurricane and Spitfire were the two interceptor planes, and that's why they're called the Hurricane, and the other ones are called the Spitfire. This is why. There you go. Robey is little bit of history knowledge there. You'll see. That's the one off with a bang. That was the fireworks that they had. Oh, there you go. You love that. They look genuinely thrilled. They look, and it's so hard. Yeah, oh my gosh, these kids, they're basically crying, and then they've got their reserve team members coming out there. In the end, the championship would come down to Game 7 on Dorado, with each team swinging the lead back and forth. Ultimately, as you can see, the British Hurricane held it out and took the title and the lion's share of the prize pool. But it was a game to remember. Back and forth. Came down to Game 7. Came down to that last map. I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about it. So here's the thing. Woo! Again, finally in true EU and North American fashion, the Atlantic Showdown helped us answer the age-old question, who is better at Overwatch? EU or North America? Well, the answer was a resounding Korea. EU. I mean, what? Wow. Yeah, nice. I liked it. Right. I liked it. Also known as the New York Excelsior. Just kidding. Yeah. Was a resounding EU as the Hurricane took down the Fusion 3-1 in an exhibition match. Now, we're not gonna go to voting yet. No. But wait. Hold on, because we're gonna talk a little bit about Overwatch League. So, number one, big changes in Overwatch League. So, Stage 4 just started with the addition of... It literally started yesterday. Yesterday. We've already had a couple games. Yep. Everybody was kind of talking about Brigitte, right? Brigitte. That is very important to note. Brigitte is the way you say it. Yeah, Brigitte. So, anyway, Brigitte just got added. New meta. Because they've updated the patch as part of Stage 4. So, Brigitte is now a player. And one of the things they said, Shanghai Dragons may get better with the addition of Brigitte. Guess what? Yay, please no. Didn't happen. So they lost yesterday, 31. So they're on that other record drive right there. It for is, it's like, you have to be impressed with their consistency. I know. So that was super interesting. The other thing too is so just for people who need to know, San Francisco Shock, who just picked up Krusty from the Boston. Was it? No, for Boston.
Yeah, Boston dropped him.
Because you know what I was thinking? It was Dallas Fuel. They also had a bunch of... Never mind.
But anyway,
Sorry.
picked up Krusty.
Yep,
they also lost. So that didn't work out well either. So far, our big changes haven't had an impact. But the things to... So a couple things to pay attention to just because we got 2 games today. So number 1, London Spitfire. And London Spitfire is playing today at 8 o'clock. And they're playing against Houston Outlaws. Now, there are 2 maps in the rotation that they have 100% wins on that have just been out of the rotation. So they have a 100% win rate. And then they play New York Excelsior on the 19th, and they also have 2 maps, and all 4 of their maps are all 100% maps one way or the other. So that is going to be a very interesting match to watch. So I'm just letting you guys know, if you want to see a good one, watch New York and London play on Saturday because their maps, each one of them, both have 100% wins on both teams. So this could be a whole big thing.
I like this new idea. I know that London's always been towards the top of the ranks anyway,
Stage
and
one
it's
winners,
always it's true. I will say that at this point, I'm also on Win Watch for Shanghai.
Yeah. Everybody's on Win Watch, but not Brigitte.
Not Brigitte. Never mind. Things happen. At any rate,
time to vote.
Time to vote, Robey.
Look at this. 2 bonus segments. We got Thundersticks.
And it's all for free.
It's all for free. We're celebrating 50.
50.
So let's see. What do we got? Heroes of the Dorm currently in the winning spot. That's a good thing. Dota 2 with Team
finally.
Liquid.
Oh, another favorite.
Team Liquid and Newbie.
This guy.
Yep, and then what else? We got NBA 2K League and more Dota. And
the Canada Cup. I don't remember what this one was.
Oh, it's just a bunch of games that people play over that whole thing for 40,000 Canadian, which is like $12 US or something.
I've heard that that's how it works. Sorry to our Canadian fans. If you're out there, we love you.
I'm just kidding.
We love you so much.
Oh,
Mike! That's right! Oh, shoot!
Oh, man. So, hey,
sorry, Mike. He said it.
I don't get punched for FTL, but I will get punched for making
fun of... You are kind of stacking up the punches here.
Oh, man. I got a lot of punches coming on.
Just so many coming.
So, guess what segment we got?
It's something that you're going to start and talk to me about.
Heroes of the Dorm segment right here. So last weekend, the fierce collegiate competition between 64 different teams finally got a victor. We're talking about Heroes of the Dorm. Held in Burbank, which I got to attend in person in California at the Blizzard Arena. This fierce competition can quite literally play your way through college, with 4 top teams receiving a custom PC worth about 1,000 smackaroons.
That is not bad.
That is not a whole lot.
On a college scholarship? If you're like a college kid.
Yeah,
$1,000
so if you want to see, we're gonna plug Power Builds. If you want to see PCs better than that, go watch those on Fridays. $1,000. Hey, the first playing team gets the real prize. Each player of the winning team will receive up to 3 years of college tuition, which is a total of close to $75,000. It can be up to $75,000 $75,000. That is good. So while the substitute player will get 1 year tuition up to $25K. Now, you can bet these students battled hard, especially to keep from that dreaded student debt. I think
Me too.
Mine's paid off. No.
Okay, well, you win.
So anyway, why don't you keep going?
I'll tell you. Now, while the matches have been taking place since the end of March, the Heroic 4 finally took stage this weekend. In the best of 5, Cal Poly, Pomona. Is it Pomona? When you put M's and N's next to each other, Kate gets confused. So Cal Poly, Pomona, University of Kentucky.
Their 3rd time being there.
Nicely done. University at Buffalo and Université Laval.
Yep.
All battling for, what was it?
That get out of student debt free card. So
it's not bad.
Now, which, trust me, I wish I had that card. Now, the first match in the Heroic 4 was University of Laval against Kentucky. Now, Kentucky got fried as Laval took them down 3-0, sending Laval to the grand finals. Kentucky, it was a sad story. They had 3 people on there who'd been there 3 times, and they had gotten 4th place 2 years in a row. So it was super sad. Like, I was rooting for Kentucky, so that was a bit of a sad thing. Watch them basically go away.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride scenario.
Rip in peace. Okay, rip in pepperoni. Okay, the second semifinals match, it had Cal Poly Pomona, which was most of the audience at Burbank, by the way.
No kidding.
So they had a lot of people there.
That makes sense.
Taking on Buffalo, which was like a crowd favorite, was much closer. It was a fierce battle with Pomona taking the first match and Buffalo taking the next 2, but Pomona stopped them before the final game match, tying the score 2-2. Sending them to the dreaded Game 5. The roadblock collapsed as Buffalo continued to trample Pomona, taking the 5th game away and making their way to the finals to face against Laval.
I was going to say, for the record, I feel like the Game 5 is only dreaded by the players.
Yeah.
The rest of us are like, can we just...
Yeah.
Let's get to the drama.
So so this is another one where this is now that was like my 4th live esport events where honestly the semifinals were better than the finals because
yes, you were talking about that, yeah.
Why don't you read it?
I'll tell you. So Laval kept it fierce as they continue to dominate, take on an onslaught of teams and becoming the first Canadian team in the Heroic Four. Now making it to the Blizzard Arena offline LAN, and even in the finals, they continued that reign, taking the first 2 matches and team fighting their way to the you're gonna have to help me with this one.
Triglav Protector to take round 3, and then take home the title, the True Heroes of the Dorm 2018 champions. Now, for those of you curious about Heroes of the Dorm, you can visit heroesofthedorm.com for more insight into the event. And I think Lennox, we actually have videos and images, maybe not, that I took while we were there. Is that true, or? Maybe. I guess we'll see.
I was going to say you got to experience one of my favorite interviewers, Anna Prosser.
Oh yeah,
hosted interviewer. Love her. She doesn't know that I have a important and powerful girl crush, but I do, and I'm very impressed with her.
And the thing is that we actually showed a connection between her and Josh Stein because she stands on boxes while shoutcasting. So we actually have, I didn't put that picture in there, but if you check out my Twitter, you actually have a picture of her standing on boxes, and Stein was like, I heart her.
Well, you know what?
I heart her. So maybe we do have pictures, maybe we don't, but you can check it out on my Twitter or on Instagram, Robey1Kenobi. You can check it out.
There they are.
Oh, there they are. So here we go. This is at the Heroes of the Dorm one. So we got this image. We can go through these relatively quickly, but this is, look, Thundersticks.
In use, no less.
In use, no less. There's Kentucky. I'm a big fan of wanting them to win. Haven't been there so much time. This is Laval sideways coming out. So anyway, it's a video, but that right there was the reigning champions coming out of the thing there at the end.
For grand final day?
Yeah, for great final day. Yeah, there they are, right? And then, so this is Kentucky versus Laval, which was the first game where Kentucky got tramped. That's me in front of the Blizzard Arena. I got to get a picture with Thrall. I had to get selfies.
Yeah,
there's Buffalo taking that win against SoCal Pamal.
Oh, Pomona.
And then, there we go. It's just some more images of there. And then I'm hoping to get to the one. There's the victory.
Oh, my gosh.
With Laval. And that was actually, they did a really good job with that. There's another side shot of me there at the arena. But this was for you.
Oh,
look at that. Another jersey.
Yeah, I already commented on your Twitter, Robey. We're fine. It's cool. Whatever. I'm gonna have to start tripling and quadrupling my orders so that I can try to keep up with you.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. Keeping up. It's like keeping up with you and jerseys is like trying to keep up with Ricari and shoes. It just doesn't happen.
Speaking of keeping up, what about how awesome it is to keep up with those devs who've added this new interactivity that we should vote on right now?
What a segue that is. And what an amazing thing these devs have done.
Because we love Canadian devs and what they do for this show.
Mostly Canadian devs, I would say. I would say primarily the Canadian ones. We're just big fans. We're big fans. Speaking of fans, here we go. We got a Halo video highlight.
Oh, snap. Always
good to try those because there's a lot of little
I'm excited about what's in this video because it's my close. I like this guy. He's super awesome.
He's your fan. You're a fan.
We got Canadian Cup, which
Hey.
Who wants that? And the NBA 2K League. But I think we know who the winner was.
It wasn't
Canada.
Let's roll. It's obviously video highlights. It's our segment where we get to showcase and highlight stories within the esports scene that you need to watch. For this video, we have
an interview done at the Halo World Championships with one of our more prominent content creators, Greenskull. Dude's awesome. He and some friends made their way down from the Halo World Championships a few weeks ago, and Halo presenter Praggy and had the chance to chat with him. Check out this piece.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm back, and this time I'm hanging out with Greenskull. Now, Greenskull, you're a super fan of Halo. Take me back to the start, bro. Where did you start playing Halo, and how old were you?
Oh, I don't know how old I was. A long time ago. That would have been back at Halo CE. Actually, it was my first Xbox original game. I won an Xbox for my birthday. I saw 2 screenshots of Halo, and I'm like, yeah, I'm into that. And actually, I lied. It was technically the second game I played because I also got a Project Gotham Racing. Okay. I learned that I wasn't huge into racing games, and so I played like one round. I'm like, we gotta check this Halo game out. And sure enough,
And you fell in love straight away.
Yep, history.
And the rest is history. And obviously, we're here at the World Championship Finals in Seattle. This venue, you've got to admit, is absolutely amazing. Yeah. What is the atmosphere like right now?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I love when you get those close games, and it's just the audience is just, back and forth, just like increasing in volume every time it switches hands.
I love that they join in so much. It pulls so much out of the event. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you rooting for anyone in particular?
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. They're actually about to play right now against Oxygen Supremacy. Any predictions that I can get from you, Greenskull?
They're going to win it all. I'm saying that? No, I mean, no. Will there be a jinx? Which way is it jinxing it? If I say they do or they don't? They're going to lose it all.
They're going to lose it all.
Yeah.
Just so that we don't have a jinx, they're going to lose it all. Mind games.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah,
I like this.
It out. Yeah.
And
Tox is going to win. Tox will win it all.
I like it. The mind games are real. Greenskull, thank you so much for catching up with me. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm sure we'll see you a bit later on. But for now, it's back to the broadcast.
Cue Thundersticks. If you like that video, check out Halo's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Halo Waypoint. Follow their channel on Mixer at mixer.com/Halo.
Now, we have a lot of goodies buried within these video highlights, so if you see it as a voting option, make sure to select it. Speaking of voting...
Oh, shall we?
Speaking of voting... Let's open it up again! Let's do it! Let's get it done!
Here's the problem, is that Robey goes with me on these rants.
I do.
Whereas Ricardo would be like...
What are you doing,
Shut
lady?
up, Kate.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we got? StarCraft 2?
Oh, okay. I see
maybe
you.
do some StarCraft.
Canada Cup still up there?
Can we get some Dota? I'd like to talk
Please.
about Liquid.
That would be fun.
Okay, and here's the other thing, too. Canada is kind of feeling a lot of hate right now, so if we can get that maybe up there, we'll talk about...
Let's just be people.
9 seconds. Let's get Canada up on the board.
Man, looks like StarCraft
if you guys want interactivity, you may want to vote for Canada. I'm just saying.
Here's the deal.
Okay, or not. The people have spoken. We're talking about StarCraft.
It's absolutely true, and
okay.
I feel like you should start.
So the 2018 World Championship Series Austin North American Qualifier went down this week, and we have our Final Four. For the unenlightened, the event held an open qualifier, followed by a 16-player double elimination group stage. The winners moved on to playoffs, in which 8 players will fight in single elimination best-of-5 matches to decide the 4 victors that earn entrance and all-expense-paid trip to the 2018 WCS Austin at the beginning of June.
It's true, right around the corner here. And of course, in this top 8, the top 4 are decided by the second round, but the playoffs continue to decide seeding. The quarterfinals were all 3-0 sweeps. That's a pretty good, that dog will hunt. With Panda Bear Me. Oh, I love my job sometimes. Panda Bear Me. I'm a little sad they didn't say Panda Beer Me.
Yeah,
that
would be awesome.
Maybe
actually,
it's fine.
Yeah,
you know what?
Should get
Try
that.
somebody. Get
maybe
that.
Next year.
Semper, No Regret. And Jon Snow falling out of qualification. It had to happen, but don't worry, he'll come back.
There is a joke about that Jon Snow thing coming back there. Oh, look it, you did it! You did it!
Looks like I made it!
In the semifinals, we saw the OCS Elites Masa use his Terran forces against teen experts Scarlet. Come on, Scarlet!
Yes, she's also Canadian.
Zerg. You might remember Scarlet from her incredible performance in February, becoming your Pyeongchang champion. Unfortunately, Scarlet, I don't know, maybe she topped out already, fell to Masa in a tense 5-game set, but she still landed in the safe top 4, which is great because I'm actually excited to see her play. I don't know who. We'll see what.
You know, it was a hard. Going up against I think it was Solo.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, going up against him at that final, that grand championship, that was a thing of beauty. And it was actually, she routed. And I know. And there was at the very end, they were like, wait, where? She's what? Oh my God! It's so great.
Oh,
anyway.
look, we got I Am Press Steve, right? Like, so hardcore Scarlet, sorry, so he knows. With Team Protoss player Neeb, which is actually who, Neeb, taking a convincing 3-1 set over Rook Gaming's Puck. It was just down to Neeb and Masa in the best of 7 grand final, which actually, I need to go watch that game because I love both those players. So Neeb quickly took the first 2 games on Catalyst and Abiogenesis, but Masa fired back to take the next 2 on Neon Violet Square and Blackwater. With these players so evenly matched, which they are, then began the back and forth in victories, with Neeb clutching out Game 7 on Acid Plant to become the grand champion. Although this qualifier paid out relative chump change, Neeb, Masa, Puck, and Scarlet look forward to winning that share of the over $100,000 prize pool at 2018 World Championship in Austin. So
yeah, we look forward to watching
series.
them. Absolutely. For all the I was gonna say for the details.
Go ahead, do it.
I'll tell you. Head over to wcs.starcraft2.com.
And you guys should, definitely check out that Neeb and actually all 4 of those players, but Neeb and Scarlet, definitely ones to watch. She uses some super unorthodox gameplay, specifically as Zerg, which was a lot of fun. She attacked the second base with Zerglings in the IM and the Pyongyang, and Ooh, it was giving me chills. Fun games. I think I am Prez. If you're there, you would agree with me. And if you have any other questions, talk to him. He knows everything about StarCraft.
I am Prez.
Okay,
GG,
so
Scarlet,
speaking of,
do we have? Would it now be time? Nope.
Nope.
That is a lie to you. So guess what? It's time for another segment. Let's see it on the board.
What are we voting for?
What are we voting for?
Are we going to bring Canada back? What are we going to do? Is it Canada?
I believe it's pronounced Canada.
Wow. NBA 2K took over. Oh, Canada Cup. It's at the top. We're not going to, I don't think we're going to talk about Dota. I want to talk about Dota, but I kind of want to see Canada have its day.
Maybe we just start with Canada and then go to Dota. I don't know.
17 seconds.
I'm voting for C Cup as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, you voted. Oh,
I did vote. I just don't answer the trivia questions.
Oh, why?
Because I feel like I don't want to have my, name on the top of the leaderboards like our fearless leader Lennox.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens today.
We'll see if he's there.
We'll see if he's there.
I think he should try.
I think he should. Okay, but let's talk about Canada.
Let's do it.
Let's transition to our friends up north. Do it!
Okay, the Canada Cup Master Series returned to Calgary this week, and whether you were a viewer or a player with 3 days of intense competition across 13 different games with 12,000 Canada dollars on the line, there was something for everyone. I'm not sure what that means. Sorry,
it
Mike.
was about $12.
Exactly. Oh, it hurts so good. Since this is only an hour-long show, we're just going to skim the surface of the top Take 2. We're going to skim the surface of Street Fighter V Arcade Edition Dragon Ball Fighters.
Z?
Is it Fighter Z or Fighters?
It's Fighter Z.
Shared. Okay. And Super Smash Bros. Melee.
So starting with Street Fighter V, we saw an interesting turn of events as the pools were all double elimination, which makes for a long game, with the top 8 being a round-robin format where everyone plays everyone. Makes sense? This made for some incredible upsets, but not enough to stop Echo Fox's Justin Wong from taking 6 of his 7 sets to be claimed the victor. However, this victory wasn't free, as he had to get through powerhouses like PJ Punk and PR Balrog to reach the top. Justin, great name, then went on to clean house, taking first place in Tekken 7 and Ultra Street Fighter 4 as well. Tells you something about the competition up in Canada.
I've heard that exact things. Now in Dragon Ball, it was no surprise to see the grand final pit Cyclops' Goichi. I can say things and places. Goichi versus Evil Genius's Chris G. What came as more of a surprise to some than others was that Goichi brought the pain down on Chris G so badly that he tapped out before the final game ended. To put this into perspective, Goichi has won every Dragon Ball and is it Fighter Z? Is it Fighter Z?
I'm going to go with Fighter Z.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, Fighters. Never mind. Okay,
Fighters.
we're corrected.
We have Fighters, and that is the final ruling. Tournament he has ever attended and has only dropped 1 set to his Cyclops teammate Dagura back in March at Final Round 2018. The fact that he can perform under lights for the first time like that,
that's pretty dang good. So finally, Super Smash Bros. Melee saw Echo Fox's Mewtwo King, which we've talked a lot about on the show.
It's not hard to talk about him.
Yeah.
Because,
Swing through Canada. Swing through. Okay. For some quick cash, fresh off this momentous win against Armada to win Smash Summit 6 earlier this month, Mewtwo King was more than prepared for the relative beating that Canada had to throw at him, taking the entire tournament without dropping a single game. For more info on the event, head to smash.gg CCMS 2018 and follow the series on Twitter at Canada Cup Gaming. Yay, Canada.
Yay, oh, Canada.
Oh,
would you like to play some trivia?
Let's play some trivia.
The land I don't call my home.
Okay, so quiz will be starting soon, so log in to participate.
Log in. Do your logins. See, it's going to start in about less than 30 seconds there.
Okay, so here's the deal, eh? What you need to make sure that you do is the faster you answer the questions, the more points you get.
Very important.
So yes, you have to be fast.
It's quick too, guys, okay? We don't make this easy. We don't make it easy. So as soon as you see it, we're going to read it as fast as we can, but answer it as fast as we can. Okay.
So quiz is starting in 10.
Or 7, 6.
Wait,
5.
who knows what's happening?
4. I'm looking at that monitor.
4, 3, 2.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Here we go. It's the first question. The first question is
Canada Cup. Which game was not featured at Canada Cup 2018? Hearthstone, Splatoon 2, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5. Come on, really?
That wasn't not it. That's not even a real. Well, actually,
I don't know.
I don't know. There's 2 in there that could have been the answer. I can't vote. They decided I can't vote.
Vote.
Look at what they did. Look. I think what actually happened is all the jokes about Canada, and now I've been locked out of the system.
That is the rule.
Thunderstick's gone.
Let's see what it is.
What is the answer?
It was Splatoon 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep.
Wait.
It was Splatoon 2.
It was Splatoon 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, there it is. I see. Okay,
yeah, see,
I
it's
can't.
highlighted
You know
in blue.
what? I'm good at things, but not looking
we don't
at
know
stuff.
what's going on here.
We don't.
We have no
but
idea.
Here we go.
Well, no, I knew. I was fine.
You were fine. I was phoning it in.
Next question.
Uno mas.
Uno mas. One more. Which player did not qualify for WCS Austin?
Puck, Semper, Neeb, or Massa?
Oh, I know the answer to this one. Do you know the answer? I can't vote. I don't know what's going on. I want to vote.
Well, don't worry. Time's up anyway.
The answer was Semper. It's time's up. The answer was Semper.
Semper.
Semper, because we talked about
Semper-fiat.
and we should Massa, and you should have watched the Massa Neeb games.
That's right.
There you go.
Need to watch Massa,
I can't
Neeb,
vote,
and
so I
Scarlet,
give up.
quite honestly.
Oh yeah, these are custom controlled.
see.
Next question. Do we have another question?
I believe we got
My life.
Uno mas.
Okay.
Oh, look
Heroes
it.
of the Storm. Which team won Heroes of the Dorm
This year.
this year? I know the answer to that one. Can I vote? No. Negative. Negative A. What
There's a certain
What are we
amount of
talking
fun.
about? I'm talking about you can't vote.
There's a certain amount of pleasure I get out of seeing Robey just so completely befuddled.
Come on, guys. It was so anyway.
Laval.
Laval was the winner.
Laval.
Laval. Wow, you guys literally. This is this. We are split on people who don't know the answers to our questions.
You know what though? That's okay because we'll take it. We'll see how the leaderboards come out because this is only the first of 2 trivia sections, and now we're going to.
Oh, there's one more question. One more question.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
We usually have 3.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
We're just giving, you know what, 50 episodes means
Let's go to
more
another question I can't answer for.
How many weeks are left in the OW Contender season?
Oh.
What's funny is I don't think I mentioned this in the story.
No, you didn't. I don't think anybody knows. Do you know?
In the season?
Yeah.
I think it's...
I'm
not going to say it.
Well, we're
but
not going to say
I think I've got it. I think
2,
I've got it.
1. It's more than 0, but less than 20.
I think it's technically 2.
It's 2.
Because
right?
we've got...
Oh, it's 0. It's done.
Well, so the regular season is done.
I relied on you. I looked at you and I said, here is a beacon of Overwatch knowledge. And yet but like Canada, I fell short.
It's just a never-ending
Did you read that story? Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, speaking of that, I think we have something really cool coming up. I'm actually very excited about this next segment.
Oh, yes, exactly. I actually got a chance.
I got to be on that. No,
well, you know what? We can't always get what we want, Robey.
No, we can't.
Now, one of the goals of this show is to highlight the amazing people and events that happen in the esports and competitive gaming space. And every week on this segment, we're calling IRL Esports. You know why? Because it stands for in real life. That's what it is. We'll try to feature a different personality in the scene, and this time we have a pre-recorded interview with yours truly, with the head of esports over at Ubisoft, Rob Chiarini. This weekend over in Atlantic City, where this guy is headed, we'll have the ESL Pro League Season 7 Finals of the Rainbow Six Siege Circuit.
Go
Hard
Team
to
Liquid.
say so fast.
Go Team Liquid.
It's... Just, okay, we'll get to that later. And given how big that game is getting over time, it's a no-brainer. We get someone on the show to talk a little bit more about the upcoming event and the Rainbow Six scene in general. Let's kick it off to our earlier interview with Rob Chiarini.
See ya.
Hey, folks, I have got Rob Chiarini from NS... Oh, my God, I knew I was going to have that problem. NCSA and Ubisoft. So I had it almost. Okay, here we go. See, this is why we do it pre-recorded. About how you got there.
Oh, nobody wants to hear my story. Do they? Do they? All right, fine enough. So yeah, I am the head of esports at Ubisoft, this half of the world. So from Canada down to South America, I help lead the initiatives strategically for anything esports related at Ubisoft. I've been there. This is my 5th year I'm going on, I believe. Before that, I had a stint at Blizzard. Before that, I helped spin up the IGN Pro League. And before that, I was a community organizer and player, primarily in the fighting game scene for a very long time. I'm a huge advocate of community activity and players, and so been able to carry that through all these years of doing stuff and be able to make an amazing career, and super lucky, super fortunate to have done this throughout the years.
And I love the foundation that you have in the fighting game community because it's such a grassroots thing. That community is such a strong one. Let's talk about the Rainbow Six Pro scene actually right now, because it's also been growing pretty steadily over the years. And in fact, is coming up this weekend is the Season 7 Finals for the Rainbow Six Pro League. Big old name in my mouth, but it'll work out. From your perspective, tell me a little bit about that community feedback on how the scene, specifically for Rainbow Six, is doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, the game is doing amazing, and with it, the community. And I think that's really what leads it. The community is super excited. The players love the game, and being a part of that is really what's making it so successful. It starts with the players, right? And so that community has been behind us. They're very vocal. They're on Reddit. They're doing the memes. They're doing all these different things and activities. People are organizing events. It's super amazing to see how passionate that these people are. It's what you hope for when you launch a game, right? And you're like, God, I hope, we hope this does the thing. And we've been able to support that in great ways, I feel. We're doing a lot of the right things, and the community has picked up on that. They understand what we're doing, and they've just been behind us the whole way. I can't be more appreciative of them.
Well, that's already a win for me. But let's talk a little bit more specifically to that pro league scene. Tell me a little bit about how it's structured, why the finals this weekend are, in a word, anticipated.
Sure. So the Pro League, this is the end of an era, actually, in a way, in that when we first launched the game a few years ago, and the Pro League program we did for year 1 and year 2 is coming to a close now, where we would have a Pro League season final just about every quarter. We'd have 3 months of activity and Pro League online play in the regions. We'd end with a season finale, and we'd rinse and repeat 3 times a year in May, August, November, and then in February is our Big 6 Invitational. It's a mix of community event as well as a big marketing pulse point where we talk about the game, where it's been and where it's going for the year. We did that for 2 years, and now we're transitioning to a much larger structure in that we're extending the seasons to 6 months to allow fewer times for relegation. So we've got a season that goes from May until November, essentially, and then wraps around on the other side. All 4 regions for us, North America, Europe, LATAM, and APAC, which is a subgroup of a few different regions in there. But we've elongated these seasons to allow more opportunities for more content. We have a mid-season patch that comes out in August, essentially, where there's a new major. We're promoting one of our old Pro League finals to a major event where it's now 16 teams instead of the standard 8. And so now we have a much larger community activity around that event. We're adding a whole other tier of minors with DreamHack events for a year. So we've really kind of robusted up, essentially, our program and the activity around it for the Pro League players.
Man, you just turned your Pro League up to 11 there, Rob. Well, you were talking about some of those regions, and obviously getting, whenever you get regions together for a competition, especially in esports, it's always exciting. But tell me, besides the obvious exciting gameplay, what else do you and the Ubisoft team have in store for our viewers at the event?
Yeah, and so one of the formulas that we've had is that we spin up a bunch of things together, from a free weekend to content to other activity, on top of the great matches for these Pro League finals, or now what will be the major as well, and really kind of make it a big event unto itself, whether it's the competition that you're excited for, hearing about certain things. So at this event, as we've done with other ones, we're going to release the details and information about our new operation called Parabellum, which is introducing 2 new defending operators, as well as a new map, bunch of bugs and fixes and patches for the game to kind of level up, as well as a new pick and ban system that will be announced. And on top of that, that brief overview that I just gave you of our structure will be broken out into much larger detail during the esports panel, where we have a little video to showcase that, and then some of the team will sit up there and kind of break it down for everybody to explain what's happening over the next 2-year program that we have.
What are you excited for people to hear about in terms of some of the things that are coming down the pipe?
I mean, it's always those. So, like, our game is centered around our operators, and that meta shift. Every time a new operator is released, it dynamically changes the game. On top of what we do if we nerf, patch, picks, whatever, existing operators, which always changes the game a bit. But those new operators all of a sudden change the entire dynamic of rosters, right? My team versus your team. Now you've got new heroes or new operators to pick from that change what your abilities are and what you can do to counter my activity. You know, there's strategy in the game around a map, how you can change that, how you can attack it, how you can defend it, and then those operators are really what give you the tools to do that. And so every time you've introduced something, it's a diametric shift in the way that it's played. So super excited to see that and see what the people think of these new abilities, these gadgets that these operators are bringing to the table. And then from a competitive standpoint, the pick and ban system that we're implementing adds another level of strategy into the game, which this game is so deep, so many layers, but it allows you to have another opportunity to kind of last minute change your operator mix against the team that you're competing against. It's going to be really neat when people get to look at that.
I will say, just from a personal note, I've read a few articles that name Rainbow Six Siege as the next big esport, so you've got to be pretty proud about something like that.
Super excited. I mean, we're very humble from the beginning. It's like we don't call ourselves an esport. We're a competition. We're leveraging competition. We let other people call us esport if that's what they want to say. We're just super grateful and thankful that we've been given the opportunity by the community to get to this point, and hopefully we can keep earning that trust and that love by continuing to iterate, doing well by them.
Nice. Okay, it's our last question here. It's a favorite at This Week in Esports, and I suspect a less than favorite that you get asked all the time as an esports pro, as an esports aficionado influencer, per somebody in the scene. What do you tell skeptical people who look at esports perhaps in not the same light as a traditional sport, or perhaps in a light that is less than ideal? What is your way to defend this that you are so passionate about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I ever call it defense. It's about education, right? So it's like, I'm not taking a defensive stance. It's like, okay, well, let's talk about some of the things that you feel make your sport of choice a sport. And what do you feel like, what are those attributes around that make those players in your game so successful and make them athletes? So then let's talk about how maybe it makes the same sense when you look at ours and look at this scene and what this is doing. And there's so many different threads that we can pull on when we talk about, like, let's talk about viewership and attendance and things that are growing, and where are the people's eyeballs, and where are people trying to struggle to find these people? Like, well, we've got them. You're welcome. So there's a lot of great things that we can sit down and talk about. I love it because, I see part of my role in this space as an educator, and I want to be out there, helping the rising tide lift all ships. I want to help all of the esports industry, all of the different games, competitors and otherwise, because it helps all of us. And so anything I can do to help educate someone or someone's in or about this is an amazing opportunity for me.
Well, we're psyched that you came on and helped educate us on This Week in Esports right now. Last question, where can people find you and your work? Give us the details.
Oh, sure. How about you find a little bit about Rainbow Six? I'll direct people there. So you can find us at Rainbow6 at Ubisoft.com. It's a great place to find us. You can find out all about the league, the broadcast times, the channels, all that stuff. And if you really must find me, I mean, you can if you really want to do a thing. I'm on the internets. You can find me. If they want, they can Twitter at me at Jedi Rob, JEDIROBB.
Well, Jedi Rob, we thank you very much and have a great day.
Thanks much. Have a great one.
So that was, I am very excited.
Rob Chiariti, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much for talking to us. I am excited because this weekend, so I head out to Atlantic City on Friday night. I will be there to support the teams that I care about.
Which team is that again?
It's a little team called Team Liquid. So pretty excited. They're playing at 7:30 on Saturday night. So I'll be there.
Eastern or Pacific?
You know what? That's a good question. I think I'm looking right here. I have it right here. Looks like it's Eastern Standard Time. So they're playing at 7:30 Eastern Standard.
That's 4:30 Pacific for those of you on the West Coast.
Look at that math.
That's fast
so anyway,
math.
I'll be there. Check me out on Twitter and on Instagram. I'll be following all the action live. And I've actually, because I get to take a media pass, I get to have a super nice camera. So I will actually be taking really good pictures, unlike the iPhone ones that Linux got mad at me and said, "That's not a real video."
You're not a real video.
You're not a real video. Hey, so yeah, that's what's going on.
Yes.
Speaking of real videos. What about real voting?
Ooh, I think we should try it. Also, I think your segue game is pretty strong.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
it's up there.
It's up there.
It's up there with
Choose the next segment.
With Steins.
It's no.
Man.
I can't be that high.
Listen.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and vote for Dota because I'm excited about Dota.
You know what? I'll join you in that one. I'll join you in that one.
Did we single-handedly put it
Whoa!
ahead?
Hey!
Whoa!
Guys!
Whoa! We're gonna talk about Dota.
That.
Look at that.
Looks like we made it.
Yes. Looks like we made it.
We're coming in for the real thing.
Okay, we got 5 seconds. Is it gonna happen? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know unless there's a late surge.
The team is strong with NBA on this one. I've noticed.
Aha!
Yes, we get to talk about it.
You start us off.
Okay, the second to last Dota major is upon us. ESL 1 Birmingham is the UK's first Dota major. Birmingham.
Birmingham.
There's a couple things. But then the second to last chance for teams to score points in the Dota Pro circuit.
Very important, that Dota Pro circuit point
Yes,
total,
it is.
because it's only gotten 3 teams in so far to the International by invite. It's true. Now, this major was initially slated to take place in Manila, but due to changes in Philippines governmental policy, the major was moved to the UK. A lot nicer to esports this time.
Yeah, now the tournament was also shortened to 5 days to accommodate lengthier travel from Asia. unlike that Australia CSGO Invitational, maybe. And the number of teams reduced to 12 to account for fewer group play days. Now, the event is slated for May 25th through the 27th, and there's a $1 million prize pool.
That is our Memorial Day, so we have more than enough time to watch all this stuff.
Now, 12 teams will be competing with 6
there's Dendy.
With direct invites and 6 selected through regional qualifiers. Who were the direct invites? Tell us about those.
I will tell you. They are veteran teams like Virtus Pro, Newbie, Evil Geniuses, Team Liquid, Vichy Gaming, and Minitsky.
Now, the teams that qualified via regional qualifiers include LGD Forever Young, which if people watched TI last year, they were there.
Yep.
Natus Vincere, Fnatic, OG, Optic Gaming, and Pain Gaming.
Not as familiar with Pain Gaming, but the rest for me are definitely the mainstays.
Team Liquid's
for sure.
playing them. They're in Group B, so there we go.
There you go. Now, the first matches are best of 1, which is always nerve-wracking, especially if you have to fly to the other side of the world. And all following matches are best of 3, which is obviously my fave.
So,
hello, Swedish system.
Now, to stay up to date, via ESL Dota 2 on Twitter. Now, just so you guys know, Group B is where Team Liquid's playing. That's where they're going to be playing OG and Pain, which should be good, which you talked about, Pain.
Yep.
And then Group C actually has Newbie, which is the team that they played last year.
Up.
So there is a chance of actually having a TI recap if both Newbie and Team Liquid make it to their group stages. So you could see some action there. There's definitely some newbie angst there if they're going to want to show up there.
And anytime you lose out on millions of dollars, I mean, listen, they still got paid, guys. Being second in the international is not so bad. I mean, you don't get the Aegis, but you do get a hefty chunk,
Well, I mean, this is $1 million right here, right?
And absolutely.
And don't forget to support that battle pass. We forgot to check what the total is right now, but we'll get that maybe a little later on.
Yeah.
But speaking of totals, I would totally like to see what the next segment is with another vote.
Boy, wouldn't that? I'm just going to let you keep this going because so far you are doing just a stand-up job. Job. And I've got the battle pass. We're already at $9.4 million in case you're curious.
Yes.
9.4. It is May. Remind yourself, the international happens in August.
Yeah. Now, Banana Man asked, is this live? Banana Man, I ask you, is this live?
I feel like we should put up yes, it's live. This is why we're doing things.
Yeah, there we go.
Now League of Legends is something. I'm actually going to vote League of Legends. We got NHL 2018. We got Smite Pro League.
I'll vote for League. I want to help you.
I appreciate it. We're all friends here, but here's the deal. Anytime MSI comes down the stretch, we got to go for it. I know.
Oh, that's right.
You forget sometimes because there's all these other esports going on.
Oh man, there's so much.
I'm jumping in.
I'm so ready for MOBA time.
MOBAs, here we are. The 2018 Midseason Invitational, also known as the MSI, International League of Legends competition that takes place between the first and second splits. Midseason Invitational. That's how it works. The most recent split champion from each region is sent to defend their crown for the title of MSI champion. I actually really like this system because everybody sort of looks forward to this one meeting of the minds. So anyway, there's...
So the play-in portion took place a couple weekends ago. 8 teams battled it out in round 1. Flash Wolves and EVOS waited patiently in the next round after earning direct seeds, but while the challengers fought well, it wasn't quite enough.
Let me tell you a little bit about Flash Wolves and EVOS. Easily took down their matches and earned spots in the group stage of that main event with Korea's Kingzone Dragon X, China's Royal Never Give Up. I love those guys in their outfits. EU's Fnatic and NA's
Team Liquid.
That's the one.
Now, just so you know, Dota EU, Team Liquid, League of Legends NA, Team Liquid.
It is, but and you know what? You make a very good point because you have some of these different teams from all over the place. I mean, G2 Esports has people from France, but they've also got in different, in different sports. I think like Rocket League, they're from NA. So it's just something. Lots of things to remember.
It's just things that we're trying to teach you a little bit about this stuff when we're talking about this is an esports show. So we're just giving you a little behind the scenes. Things like this can happen, so they can be up. So anyway, go ahead, keep going.
I'll tell you, this stage was best of 1, double round robin that lasted from May 11th through the 15th. That's just 2 days ago. On day 1, our favorite play-in team, Flash Wolves, took both their games, as did Kingzone. Day 2, Flash Wolves did it again. Fnatic was the other team to take on both their games.
Now, day 3, Flash Wolves pulled another double win, but here's where they really lost steam. Royals never give up, never gave up, though. They had been pulling in the single wins the first 3 days, but the 4th and 5th days were losses, pushing them ahead in the standings to tie with Flash Wolves. While both teams are at the top, and both get to move ahead, these two still need a tiebreaker. Royals flexed their League of Legends muscles and took the game, awarding them the first seed.
Now, Kingzone had a strong showing as well, winning 6 of their games and moving them into the 3rd spot in the playoffs.
That left Team Liquid and Fnatic to battle it out for the last spot in the top 4. It was a rough battle for the teams, meaning exciting for viewers. Fnatic pulled ahead quickly, but Team Liquid came back, challenging their lead. This is when Fnatic stepped up and over Liquid to take the, or actually it's like through Liquid, not over Liquid. They went through Liquid to take the win as well as the 4 seed. Fnatic, I hate you.
Yeah, it's fair.
It doesn't. I like it.
It's true. Another one that has teams all over the world.
Yes.
Congratulations and, of course, good luck to Royal Never Give Up, Flash Wolves, Kingzone, and Fnatic as they move on to the playoffs of MSI games. Those, in fact, start tomorrow and go through the weekend. Matches are best of 5. Do love a best of 5 for League, and are sure to be packed with epic action. To watch, head to lolesports.com, and for up-to-the-minute news, follow at LOL Esports on Twitter.
Now, you guys, I'll be honest, next week is packed because we have both Dota 2 and MSI happening at the same time. So it is essentially MOBA overload, and so really what I'm saying is like
but
you
is
should
it
buy.
An overload, really?
It
or
isn't.
Is it
no,
just
no, it's
exactly enough?
No, it's exactly what you need. Speaking of what we need another vote to know what the vote segments are. And this is where you can help us know what's going on. So, what are the votes? Tell us what you want to see. I'm guessing
Texas Showdown.
NBA. Oh no, maybe it is Smite.
Texas Showdown, NHL, Smite Pro League, and NBA 2K.
What happened to Splatoon?
Splatoon 2 is not yet. I mean,
it's big in Canada.
I've heard that.
It's big in Canada.
You know what? That could be why I like Canada so much. Coming back for the lead.
I don't know. It's up to you, eh?
It's hard to tell.
I think we're talking about Smite Pro League.
That's what's happening. I feel like you should start this one.
So last week we saw the final of the Smite Masters 2018 spring season in Atlanta, Georgia.
Please refer to it as Hotlanta from now on.
Yeah, well, at Slingshot's new studio. 9 invited teams duked it out for their claim in the share of the $65,000 prize pool. Round 1 began with a series of best-of-3 matches. Frontrunners made their marks early on in the first round. Team Rival, Team Dignitas, E-United, and Space Station Gaming. Wow, some real kind of big plays there. Dominated their respective matchups in round 1, knocking out Mashubius, Nocturnus Gaming, Black Dragons, and Garn Servo. It was Rival and Dignitas that made their names as the teams to watch in round 2, even losing one round in their best of 3, each losing one round in their best of 3 matchups. Round 3 had Rival and Dignitas go head-to-head in a truly stunning upset. Dignitas won all 3 matches against Rival. Rival went on to face Space Station Gaming in the lower bracket and came back from their defeat swinging. Rival went on to win all 3 matches against Space Station. That means it was Dignitas and Rival in the grand finals, which, if you were paying attention, we just watched, this time facing off in a grueling best-of-7 gauntlet. Dignitas started with an advantage of 1 point in their best-of-7 for being undefeated up until the final. While Rival won the first game, Dignitas went on to win their next 2 matches. With a 3-1 score, Rival was in a dangerous position, but clawed back and the running back. Do you get a talk in this?
I'm here to pantomime.
Clawed back in the running by winning the next 2 matches. With the score at 3-3, it came to sudden death. Rival continued their comeback story by winning the sudden death and grabbed the first place win out from under Dignitas. Rival claimed a $35,000 first prize, with Dignitas winning $20,000 in second, and Space Station Gaming and E-United both getting a whopping 5 Gs and at 3rd and 4th, respectively. What can they do?
I'll tell you what you can do.
Oh, please tell me you can just talk.
You can watch the VODs of this tournament right here on Mixer at mixer.com/Smite Game. Looking ahead, the Smite Summer Split starts May 29th and goes through July 6th. That's just 2 days after July 4th, with teams able to showcase their talents in both the Summer Split Finals and the All-Star event in July. Did you like that fast math I did there?
Oh, man. I was just glad to stop speaking. I was just glad to stop speaking.
I can see.
Oh, man.
There it is.
Oh, I'm out of drink up here.
By the way,
I got nothing.
PKane32, thank you, and you rock.
Oh, wow. He said your name Leet speak. I didn't even know that's what he was saying.
Kate. I need to get, you know what I feel like? I need to get like a jersey, and on the back it'll have a letter K and the number 8.
Yeah. And you know what? Never mind. I got nothing.
That's fair.
Why don't we vote?
Let's actually vote for your favorite questions
Oh,
by
yeah.
that I mean the answers. It's trivia time.
It's trivia time.
Let's go to the interactive.
Let's go to Thundersticks.
Thundersticks. Agent Epic. Thank you. I am number one. JK, I think I'm just the...
Okay, time for trivia. Let's get everything started.
Time for trivia.
It's starting soon. Quiz is starting in 24 seconds. Make sure you log in to participate.
Yes, and remember
I'm logged
to log
in. I'm logged in. Just so you know, I'm telling the dev who's sitting right over there.
He has a name.
I am logged in.
His name is Mike the Canadian.
Mike the Canadian. Mike, Mr. Canada. I'm logged in.
Mike, our favorite, I think, is a better name.
Yes, that is.
It's hyphenated, but it is the full name. Okay, here we go.
So, Smite Pro League. Which team won the Smite Masters 2018 event? Was it Space Station Gaming, Team Rival, Team Dignitas? I can't vote.
Don't just...
Oh, man.
Mike just said sorry.
He just said sorry. I just got candidate.
He got candidate real good.
I got candidate really good.
in your face.
Okay, so anyway, what was that vote?
Team
you said
Rival.
Team Rival. They had that super close game against Dignitas, and in the end won that death match that sudden death.
You can call it a death match.
You know what? I talked so much during that sim, I don't even know what happened.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Let's go to the next question.
Okay, next question.
Which team got first place in groups of the MSI main event? We had Kingstone, Dragon X, Fnatic, Flash Wolves, or Team Liquid?
Well, if you said Team Liquid, you'd be disappointed.
Which, don't worry, Robey already is.
I will just let you know it was not Team Liquid.
What?
That was sad. They got beat by one of the names on here, Fnatic, but they were also not the ones.
That was a
who
hint
won.
for you all.
That was a hint. I gave you all sorts of hints.
Yep.
And if you said Flash Wolves, you would be correct. Because they won.
They won. That's pretty much how it works.
I have no other way to go on to that. But do we have more questions?
I bet we do.
I bet we do. Let's do. What's the next question?
How many teams qualified for the ESL 1 Birmingham?
Ooh.
Now this is an interesting
one.
Because I am starting to. I think I know the answer.
I think I do too. But this was all sorts of messed up because they changed all sorts of things.
I know.
Unlike CS:GO, who apparently doesn't seem to care about their players. The fine folks at ESL said, you know what? We learned from those guys, so we're going to help out those Dota 2 players, given they're getting more money.
Oh, 12. Okay, I really was in my head about whether or not it was 12 or 16.
Yeah, it was 16, went to 12.
That's what okay. See, that's why. That's
there
why
we go.
Things happen.
And for all of you who voted 4, 8, and 16, you are the first place losers.
We're getting some shade. We're getting some sauciness coming from Robey Town over here.
We're just trying to have fun,
we
guys.
have Uno
We're trying to have a good time.
Uno Mas on the trivia, or are we done? We're done with leaderboards.
Hey.
Okay, now we can see.
Who's in there?
Agent Epic.
Where Agent Epic? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Where's Lennox?
Where's Lennox on here? Did Lennox even participate?
Did you play?
I played fair.
Oh, so you didn't play?
You didn't play? I don't even see you on here.
Oh, maybe you should play next time just to see if it works. Oh, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Congratulations, Agent Epic.
Hey, let's do Thundersticks for Agent Epic. Can we get some Agent Epic hype in the channel?
Yeehaw!
There we go.
He won, Agent Epic, you won the 50th episode.
You won the 50th episode.
Trivia.
Hugs from Canada. If you go and find a Mountie, they will hug you. You just have to say, I won on This Week in Esports. They hug you.
They do.
They do.
Make sure they're on the horse, by the way.
Heck yeah, so you should go there and send pictures.
Please. Seriously, though.
On Twitter of you approaching a Mountie.
Remember, folks, for these tournaments that are on the Mixer platform and are part of Mixer Esports, follow the channel to get a notification when they go live. This one, in fact. What's our first upcoming tournament, Robey?
Okay, so Smite, the second week of High Res's action continues from Atlanta, Georgia at their new studios at Slingshot with the Smite Console Series Spring LAN airing this Saturday and Sunday starting at 10:30 Pacific Time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Mixer.com/SmiteGame.
By the way, Agent Epic says, heck yes, send pics.
He's sending pictures. Yeah, I'm excited. The console series is moving to a league format for the summer split, so catching a glimpse of the competition this weekend to see what it's all about. Let's talk about Paladins.
Let's stick on that Hi-Res Studios train. We have Paladins Masters starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's 8 a.m. Pacific on Mixer.com/Paladins game. Paladins Masters will be a 3-day LAN event coming out of Hotlanta, Georgia. And this event will invite the top 4 PPL teams and the top PGS teams to the Hi-Res Studio Esports Arena, where they'll face each other in a double elimination tournament for a cool 100,000 prize pool.
Now let's talk about some Rainbow Six and a favorite of this show and moi, because we will be hanging out down at the Rainbow Six Pro League Finals coming up this Saturday from
Atlantic City?
Atlantic City in New Jersey, May 19th and Sunday, May 20th on Mixer.com/Rainbow6. The best Pro League teams have been qualified for the finals, and they are ready to claim their crown of best Rainbow Six team out there. Team Liquid. Tune in when the show is live and relax with others in the Mixer community and moi on this weekend.
I've decided that Team Liquid has no better ally on the Mixer squad than one.
I'm just trying to get that how Miracle. I just want that custom Robey one mirror. You can't order a custom Team Liquid jersey. Like I have a custom Liquid, custom Evil Geniuses, a custom London Spitfire. Can't get a
By the way, I'm noticing a lot
Liquid.
of these are blue in nature. Is it your color?
I like blue. It's like
there it is.
I really don't. Honestly, I don't care about the team. I just want as long as it has blue in it. I'm in.
Really, you're just rooting for the jersey.
I'm rooting for Team Blue. Red versus blue. It's the age-old question. Now I know a couple of people asked. We're going to get back to this here in a sec. But a couple of people asked, "Where's the Halo and Gears news?" That is over right now. Inside Xbox. We're going to let them break that announcement.
That's a great idea.
We're pretty excited about it.
We are very excited about it. It's actually happening. They'll be happening. Either has just happened or will be happening right now. I recommend after us to go ahead and
and you may go to
Xbox.com.
Yeah, Xbox. Yeah, Mixer.com/Xbox. Maybe break out a little of some whiskey and maybe have some gumbo.
Yeah, who's to say? That sounds like a very definitive and I dare say delicious idea.
Delicious idea. So
and you know what? Don't even worry though, because we'll be right here. Each and Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific. That's what time Eastern?
6 p.m. Eastern time on this channel, Mixer.com/ThisWeekInEsports. Be sure to watch our past episodes right below on the channel page and follow us on Twitter @WatchMixer for updates on the show and to know what's happening in the wide world of esports.
Also tune into Esports Weekend on Mixer this weekend starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. That is early, but you won't regret it.
I'll be up.
This Saturday, you'll be on the East Coast, so of course
I'll be on
a
plane.
That's true. Now, it's this Saturday with the Smite Console Series Spring Land starting us off, and the Paladin's Masters Series, as well as the Rainbow Six Pro League 7 Finals that Robey will be at. At the same time, the ESL Pro League Dallas event will be on. ESL and their CSGO. Here it is. Mixer.com/ESL_CSGO all weekend long.
It is a busy esport weekend.
Busy esports times.
Now, on Sunday, we do it all over again with Paladin, Smite, Rainbow Six, and CSGO, and you can find it all on Esport Weekend on Mixer.com/Channel1.
And finally, don't you forget to watch our sister show,
Power Builds.
I've heard Power Builds each and every Friday, starting at 3.
Oh, but there's also this other show, Tips and Tricks, every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, on Mixer.com/Tips and Tricks. Actually, this will be a great Tips and Tricks show to watch. Tips and Tricks.
There's a little plug for you.
Tips and Tricks.
Well, thanks everyone for watching and following our channel. Get a notification when we get live next week, and thank you for helping us celebrate.
Yeah, make sure you mash that follow button. Make sure you mash that follow button. Mash that follow button.
Mash it real hard.
Yeah. Wow, that was good.
Thank you. This is how I do.
Was that like the theme to G.I. Joe? I don't know.
It might have been. It probably went into my cerebral cortex and it just came out that way.
The more you know.
The more
we'll see you later.
you know.